What's up, Kingdom? This is Kansas City Chiefs today, and we've got a spicy one for you. A fresh report just named the Chiefs a potential suitor to trade for a recent 1,000-yard running back. And you know what that means. Brett Veach season might be back on the menu. Is this the missing gear for an offense that's starting to spark but still searching for balance? Let's talk through what this move would actually look like, how it fits Andy Reid's system, and whether it pushes KC from good to downright terrifying in the AFC. Before we roll, we're on a community push to 5,000 subs. If you love daily Chiefs news, rumors, and honest fan talk, hit that button and be part of the run. Alright, let's go. Zooming out, this season has been a tale of two vibes. The early weeks were choppy, then things started to settle as the passing game found rhythm and the defense kept doing the heavy lifting. But the backfield? It's been up and down. Isaiah Pacheco still brings that angry runs energy. Kareem Hunt gives veterans savvy and short yardage grit. Rookie Brashard Smith is an intriguing get-him-in-space piece. Elijah Mitchell adds depth, but the room hasn't consistently tilted the field. That's where this rumor matters. The name getting buzz right now is Rico Dowdle, a back who just last year hit the 1,000-yard mark and proved he can carry a real workload when asked. He's currently with Carolina after starting in Dallas, and the idea on the table is a low-cost trade if the Panthers decide to shuffle deck chairs before the deadline. It's not a blockbuster headline like trading for a top-5 superstar, but it's the kind of surgical Veach move that has paid off before. Two things make this interesting. First, the price tag sounds manageable. Think late-round lottery ticket rather than premium picks. Second, the fit checks a lot of boxes. Downhill burst, competent hands, and a style that complements, not replaces, what KC already has. You're not reinventing the offense, you're smoothing the edges. Quick zoom on identity. When the run game contributes even modestly on early downs, Reid can live in his favorite sequencing. Motion to hit leverage, quick smoke to punish off coverage, then a deep shot when safeties cheat. The last couple games have flashed that structure. The missing piece is consistency, and that's where an added pro back can turn a few empty downs into chain movers. In the screen game, a decisive runner helps a ton. KC's middle screen and angle concepts punish aggressive linebackers when the back presses the alley on time. If Dowdle gives you that timing plus credible checkdowns, you regain multiplicity from the same person. No need to telegraph a third down sub. And as temperatures drop, this becomes a cold weather team again. January ball in the AFC rewards offenses that can condense formations, run duo on schedule, and still threaten edges. There will be a playoff drive where everybody knows you have to run, and you still have to run. That's the moment you trade for 2 first downs, a kneel down, and a ticket to the next round. Let's start with the roll. If Dowdle lands in Kansas City, I don't see a new bell cow situation. I see a 3-headed rotation with matchup-based scripts. Pacheco remains the spark plug who punishes arm tackles. Hunt continues as the hammer in short yardage and 2-minute protection calls. Dowdle slides in as the early down tone setter who can also leak out on checkdowns and keep defenses honest on swing screens. Pass protection is massive in this offense. If you can't keep 15 clean, you won't be on the field. Dowdle has the frame and temperament to hold up when Reid and Nagy dial those longer developing deep crossers and dagger concepts. He's not a gadget, he's a functional piece who can play boring, winning football on first and second down and then not tip your hand on third. Red zone and 4-minute offense are where a move like this pays real dividends. KC's issue at times hasn't been moving the ball. It's finishing drives when the field shrinks, and then closing games when everyone in the stadium knows you're running. You add a fresh, decisive runner with good contact balance, and suddenly those 2nd and 5 inside zones turn into 3rd and 1, and 3rd and 1 turns into 1st and goal. That's how drives stop stalling. And don't sleep on how this helps the receivers. A credible early down run threat forces safeties to hesitate a beat. That beat is everything for Patrick Mahomes. It's the difference between a defended window and a layup to Travis Kelce on the choice route, or a deep over to Hollywood Brown, or a shot to Xavier Worthy when the corner's hips are late. Running backs change the math even when they don't touch the ball. Okay, so how do you actually deploy this in Andy Reid's world? Think layered. The base is inside zone and duo out of 11 personnel. with motion to declare leverage. With Pacheco, you lean on toss crack and boundary zone. With Dowdle, you're living more in downhill duo and split zone where the double teams can displace the front and let him read the backside safety. You sprinkle in RPO slants off those looks to punish over-aggressive linebackers. Personnel groupings would get fun. Picture pony sets with Pacheco and Dowdle together. One as the fake insert, the other releasing to the flat, forcing the will to pick wrong. On third and medium, put Kelsey in a condensed split, worthy on the jet orbit, and run play action off split flow to leak the back late, easy chains. In the red area, you can finally move away from calling cute horizontal screens on the goal line and just bully people with gap runs behind Trey Smith. What about the playbook ramp? Running back is one of the easier spots to onboard at the deadline if the player is a north-south type. You can give him a small menu, duo, inside zone, split zone, a handful of protections, and 2 screen variations, and he's useful in 2 weeks. The harder part is pass-pro communication, but you can call protection rules that simplify reads early. Now the front office angle. Compensation matters. If this is truly a low-cost, conditional pick type move, you're basically paying for optionality. If it pops, you've added real juice in a tight AFC race. If it doesn't, you burned a scratch-off ticket, not a first-rounder. From a cap standpoint, you're not jamming the future. This is the exact profile of deal that lets Veach stay flexible for a bigger swing later if needed. Let's be real about the conversation online. Some fans want fireworks, the splashy name, the jersey seller, the fantasy football headline. Others just want the run game to stop feeling like a coin flip. This rumor splits the middle. Dowdle isn't a billboard, but he is a competent, physical runner who just put together a real season. Sometimes competence is the most explosive upgrade you can make because it stabilizes everything around it. The media takes reflect that too. You'll hear, low risk, medium reward. You'll hear, compliment not savior. And honestly, that's healthy. Kansas City doesn't need a savior. It needs answers on 2nd and 6, and it needs to keep Mahomes out of hero ball in November. If this move helps Reid call games on schedule, that's a win. If the rookie pops late and the room gets crowded, that's a good problem. And if it doesn't happen, that tells us something as well, that the staff believes the current room can level up once the line settles and the receivers keep stretching the field. Either way, the pressure point is clear, run efficiency, not volume. We're not chasing 30 carries. We're chasing the right 18 carries deployed at the right times. Let's zoom out to the conference. The AFC is a weekly fistfight. Seeding will come down to tiebreakers, division record, common opponents, conference games. 1 or 2 drives per game decide those margins. A steadier run game isn't about highlight reels. It's about stealing 2 first downs in the 4th quarter against a pass rush that's starting to feast. Inside the West, you know the drill. The Chargers always have speed on the edges. The Broncos want to muddy it up. The Raiders live for that one-possession brawl at Arrowhead. Having another sturdy back changes how defenses call you on early downs and how they sub on late downs. Make them play heavy when you want to throw. Make them stay light when you want to punch. That's playoff football in November and December. So where do I land? I'm in on this, at the right price. Dowdle's profile makes sense with what Kansas City wants to be down the stretch: multiple, physical, and unpredictable. He doesn't have to be a star. He just has to make 2nd down easier and shorten the game in the 4th. If the front office can do it without overpaying, I think it's worth the call. And if Veach passes? I'm still looking for the internal jump. Let Pacheco keep punishing, give the rookie a curated script each week, and let Hunt be the adult in the room in protection. If KC wants to hang another banner, the offense doesn't need to be reinvented. It just needs to be on schedule more often. A modest trade could be the nudge that unlocks that version of the Chiefs. All right, Kingdom, you're up. Would you pull the trigger on a low-cost trade for a recent 1,000-yard back? Or would you ride with the room as is and look for the in-house surge? What's your ideal rotation once the dust settles? Drop your takes in the comments and join the road to 5,000 subs here on Kansas City Chiefs Today.